Hey there YouTube, Petey Two Finger back at you with the ABCs of vaping. Today we are in the B's, but I realized, I forgot an A. A is also for asshole. So yeah, I saw a video, it was a guy, he was vaping, he was blowing massive clouds in a Toys R Us, like the Barbie doll aisle. So yeah, if you're out there and you got one of these things in your hands, unfortunately, you are representing vaping. You're representing the entire community. This stuff has not really broken through to the mainstream yet. So we want to really make sure it's important, especially now laws and things are being passed. If you're paying attention, I don't mean that derogatorily speaking, but if you've noticed, there are people calling for advocacy and getting involved politically to defend the rights of vaping, as a lot of people feel we are under fire, we are under attack by big tobacco, which brings up a very valid argument and point, demonstrated by the fact that, like what has happened in other areas of the world, even in the United States, what is going on, what has been passed in Indiana. So if you are not willing to step up and get involved in advocacy, which is understandable, basically either way, let's really watch what we do. Just, we're adults. We know when we're being naughty. Don't be an asshole. And I would encourage you to take a look at my Vape Bash Wrap Up 2015. That video, I kind of poignantly, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but that's really what I talk about, especially towards the end of that video. I think that's, I really don't want to repeat myself. I would twist your arm to take a minute and check that video out at some point. So back to the ABCs of vaping. B is for battery. Somebody stole your battery. Remember that? So as a new vapor, you may find yourself with one of these in your hands. This is an Ego style battery. This is an 1100 mAh, M-A-H, and our batteries are measured in mAh. MAh is like, it tells you how many puffs you're going to get. A 1000 mAh battery might give you 100 puffs, where an 1800 mAh battery might give you 180 puffs. A 1000 mAh battery may take 2 hours to charge, where a 1800 mAh battery may take 3 hours and 45 minutes to charge. But that's all kind of relatively speaking. This is the business end. This is where the atomizer would connect and screw. It has two sets of threads. There's an internal Ego threading and an external 510 style threading. And you do want to make an effort to, every once in a while, this is some solution of light rubbing alcohol. And so I use this little spray bottle. Got that at the dollar store. We'll spray a little bit on the Q-tip, but just keep your equipment clean. Keep the back clean that out, because it, as you can see here, it does indeed warrant cleaning. Now, the operation for this type of battery is a click. You click it 5 times rapidly and it will shut itself off. The blinking was to let me know that it's off. Actually, it's on now. So I will go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's blinking now. That is off. It is in a state of non-operation. So I'm pressing it, nothing, nothing, nothing. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's going to let me know by blinking 3 times that it's on. So the charging system for this battery, these are cheap too. I think I got a 5-pack of these for 20 bucks. So shop around. It might not be best to necessarily get a starter kit, buying the stuff separately, or I would encourage you to plan ahead. Often when ordering from overseas, if you're looking to get a good deal, they talk about something, the triangle of customer service, where we have value at the top, we have speedy delivery or delivery time on the bottom. On the other side, we have quality. And they say that when you're ordering from overseas, you can only get 2 of those edges of that triangle. And I always shoot for the quality and value end of things, which means I have to wait. And I mean, if I wanted to kick the value off to the side, I could pay extra for expedited shipping. which it's not really the best value. So I end up trying to be exercise patients is what you try to do. In any event, these are an excellent value. They do need to be charged quite often, I find. You can't run a full day on one of these. Now, this is the charger, the Ego style charger with its LED indicator and the USB port. You can, if you don't like using your computer's power supply, the computer's already powering itself. Do we really want to tap off of that and create an additional drain? Might not be the best idea. So they do have these AC adapters with a USB 5 volt 1 amp. These operate at 420 milliamp and 4.2 volt output. So yeah, I have like a larger USB hub that has a big adapter that's like 3 amps or something, and each one of those USB ports represents 1 amp. So that's a nice little charger, and depending on what battery you buy, they come with different chargers if necessary. But that is something you want to make sure that when you're purchasing a battery that you have the means to charge it. So there are different varieties of Ego style batteries, which these are perfect for beginners. I don't want to necessarily get into the other style battery, which would be like the 18650, 18500, 18350. Those are for more advanced users. There's more information that you got to absorb. Things like Ohm's law, you use like one of these IntelliCharger i2, the Nicore, to charge that. These go in the much more dangerous mechanical mod where it's just a switch, non-protected. And then they have like, I run an 18500, one of these shorter 50 millimeter batteries. The 18 is the diameter, and then the second number is the height. So the 18650 would be 18 diameter and 65 millimeters high. The 18500 would be 18 diameter and 50 millimeters high. They do sell something called a kick, which is a little small cylindrical circuit that you can fit into your mod tube, and that does offer some protection. It regulates it, and there's probably like short circuit protection, so it's better than nothing. But inside here I'm running a single 18500 cell. This is all much more advanced stuff. I'm just kind of letting you guys know where this can take you if you continue going with this. They have larger style mod boxes where 1 or 2 of these cells will go in there, and what's nice about that is you have the regulation inside of there, the VVVW style box. But when the batteries die, you go and buy another set of these for 10 a piece, $20, and then you can continue using that device. Another more popular option for newcomers is the VVVW all-in-one, where the battery is built inside and you simply charge this unit. It comes with a 5 volt 1 amp AC charging unit and a cable. So to recharge this, I merely plug this in here, and I can vape while it's being charged. So it's like perfect for Ebenezer Scrooge, like, and I didn't even waste the milliamp. Like get a bunch of extensions and drive to work. So this is a variable voltage, variable wattage mod device. The battery's inside of it. It's got the readout. There's all kinds of these available. This is the eLeaf iStick 50, which lately people have been reporting issues of them auto firing and things like that. Could be an issue of some e-liquid seeping down in, and so we want to definitely do our homework and do our reviews. That is a very nice little unit with a 4500 mAh rating on the battery. Next, I would bring up the X6 style battery. These where the Ego gives you one setting, on or off. This has 3 voltage settings. It's like 3.3, 3.8, 4.2 volts, so it's kind of adjustable. Again, you use this style charger where it screws in. Keep it clean. The X6, fantastic in your hand. It seems like you're getting a lot, although it's not. This is 1,300, this is 1,000. So that's just all chassis that you're looking at. And these have known to have a high failure rate. There's little circuit boards inside of these. I mean, you think, well, that's just a battery. No, there's a button, there's a circuit board. The battery is a small packet that's inside of here. So again, you want to do your research before making a purchase. Now, in front of me here I have what's called a vision spinner. This has an adjuster on the bottom, so you can get from 3.3 all the way up to 4.8. There's 4 voltage settings, and this is like an Ego style battery. You know, it charges the same way. There's a charger attaches here just like your atomizer does, and there's a fire button on the side. This one, I dropped it and it's sticking a little bit, so we do want to definitely be careful. Again, with batteries, there are major safety concerns with this, especially even for beginners charging the Ego batteries. Most of the issues that occur when people are charging, not when they're off the charger. The problems happen from people overcharging them. If this is going to fail, if there's a short and it's hard shorted, there's a circuit board in here that will fry, protecting everybody, protecting the battery. Something like this, you know, there's a chance if you use an unprotected battery. Some of these come with protection built in, but these are a lot more powerful when you talk about this mechanical mod idea where it's just a tube with a hard switch. So these are much more advanced vapors where you really kind of know what you're doing and you're exercising a lot of safety. So as a beginner, you know, I would highly recommend people avoid mechanical mods. You want to wait till you've kind of gotten used to everything and then spend some time learning, researching, reading, learn Ohm's law, do your homework before you move into any rebuildables or mods, especially mechanical mods. The much safer alternatives in the beginning are something like an Ego battery would be more than enough. Have a backup. Never charge unattended. These can be viable, safe options. Variable voltage, variable wattage mod box certainly has a plethora of features, safety features built into it. So as the point of this series is that vaping is a wonderful, satisfying alternative. It's so much more safe and healthy than smoking. The trade-off is that there's a lot to learn, and that's what this series is here for. To give a little bit of information. I know this was a brief touching on the topic of batteries, so I would encourage you, before you're going to make any decisions about purchase anything, to do some additional research. And I would forbid anyone here, anybody that's new that doesn't know what's going on, so stay away from the big stuff until you've had a chance to really do your homework and, you know, get down to a local brick and mortar and speak with some of the pros, techs, and experts, certainly before endangering anyone, especially yourself. You know, I mean, the difference here is that with cancer we have a long, lingering, painful death as opposed to a rapid, explosive finale to our existence here on this wonderful planet that we call Earth. So Petey Two Finger with the ABCs of vaping. I'm going to let you guys go. Peace.